our very first video, Alain Goudsmet reminded us how important it is to have a very clear view on what we want. What is the top that we want to reach this year? What is this charismatic project? A second point that was highlighted was it's very important to make sure your batteries are energized in order to get that top. So when I ask people, what do you really want in the coming months, for example, it's very interesting because most of them said, oh, I would love to have a good health, or for example, a better balance, private or professional. And of course, I am a coach, so I like to challenge. We all do at Mentally Fit. And then we ask, okay, how do you want to get there? And of course, and you know it already, 90% of the people just don't know. They wish something, they have the intention, but how to get there, no clue. And that's a problem. Why is that a problem? Because our brain does not function well like that. If the brain has a nice image, we are motivated to get there, but he does not know what he has to do to get there, he will become lazy because it's not clear. He will actually really slow down. Simply, reason is that because our brain has 60,000 thoughts per day. That's not a surprise maybe. What I found amazing is that 90% of these thoughts are exactly the same as those from yesterday. So you see what's happening? We have our habits, etc. So if you have a great, inspiring project, but you don't put in place a very clear frame with how you're going to get there, nothing is going to happen. So my question to you is, what is your little step, very little step, that will become a ritual and make it happen on the long term and achieve what you really want? Because actually, at the end, that's what's important. Very first video of the year, Alain Goudsmet reminded us the importance to make the top very clear. Where do you want to be with your team at the end of the year? What is a charismatic project? What are the common pride of the team for the end of the year? It's very important also that you check with your team in how far are people aligned, and is there willingness of the team to get there, and how is the energy today of the team to get there too. A second thing that is very important in order to reach that top is to define a really clear frame. How far is everybody aligned to this frame? Are we speaking the same language? Because we have different personalities, but we need common ground. We need a common language. In sports, it's quite easy, you know, the frame is clear. We start a game together, we end a game together, we head off mid-time, we know what we expect from each other, rules are clear. In companies, what we see is that a lot of time, the frame, there are blurred, there are gray zones. What does it mean when you have gray zones? A lot of frustration and energy leaks. So the idea is really to have two frames. The first frame is about the functional frame. Who is doing what? What's the role? What do we expect from each other? How do we actually contribute to this common goal? The second frame is really about the human frame. What do you want with your team to cultivate as common behaviors, attitude, mindset to reach the top? It might be that you realize with your team that last year you were trapped in some habits that you want to challenge again. You might ask yourself, maybe we need some more entrepreneurship. Maybe we need to be more audacious, not just courageous. Maybe we want to be more positive and not just optimistic. Let's be contagious. Let's see how we can go to reach that top, to reach that objective. So, in 2 words, a frame that is unclear with gray zone, that is not visible, will cost you a lot. You will be obliged to be in a constant control mode. You will be obliged to repeat things. It will lead to frustration within the team and cost you a lot of energy, so a lot of energy leaks. So that's not the way you want to start this year. So what about your frame?